This video is in partnership with Project to Payment. What's up? This is Jacob Palmer from Palmer Electrical. I'm a North Carolina licensed electrician and I started my business, Palmer Electrical, about a year ago. There's a link in the description if you want to find out more about how I did that. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 of the big business mistakes that I made in my first year of business. Now, I'm certainly no expert businessman by any means, but it hasn't been a bad start. I did about $100,000 revenue in my first 12 months. I'm completely solo, and I've been building a positive reputation for myself and a growing list of repeat customers. And I serve residential customers with high quality work and personable service. In my area, there's plenty of work. It's a fast growing area. And with my business model as a solo electrician, my overhead is very low, so I can provide pretty competitive pricing. Everything on the electrical side of things have gone pretty well so far. Only minor mistakes. One shattered oven door and one utility disconnect I didn't schedule in time. That one was pretty stupid. But overall, nothing major. What I'm here to talk about today are the business-related things that I've learned. Maybe if you're just starting a business or you're thinking of it, you can glean some knowledge from the video. Or maybe you've been in business for a while and you have stuff to add to the video, so leave all that in the comments. I am an electrician, but I think what I have to say can apply to many different types of businesses. I think of things like HVAC and plumbing, but also other types of services like masonry, cleaning services, mowing and landscaping, handyman, painting and drywall, stuff like that, skilled services. As always, let me know what you think of the video in the comments below, leave a like and subscribe. And let's get right into it with number 1. It's kind of back to basics. Always double check your material costs. It's no surprise to anybody that prices change. That will always be the case, but especially right now, prices are changing a lot for a lot of different reasons. But the point I want to make is you can't rely on pricing from a month ago or even just a couple weeks ago. If you're in a business like mine where we tend to have a pretty significant material cost if we're doing a lot of work, if you have a high cost job, don't show your customer pricing until you know what your costs are going to be. For small jobs, it may be okay. But for bigger jobs, don't let yourself out in the cold. This is actually advice that my material supplier gave to me, and I'm sure he was just looking out for his business telling me this. Don't find out after the fact that your margins are slim or you're completely upside down. That puts people in tough situations because a lot of times it's tempting to go and ask for more money from your customer to cover that mistake. In my opinion, it kind of makes you look stupid. If you do that, how likely are they to call you back? I've definitely had a job or two that I spent more money on than I collected, and it's never a good feeling. So that's the first one. Not groundbreaking, but it is fundamental. Moving on, let's take a field trip. Oh yeah, and I've got another business tip on the way. Don't buy wire at Lowe's. Don't buy wire at Lowe's. Do not buy copper wire at Lowe's. It is overpriced and it is damaged, most certainly. And there's no one around to get it out of the stupid cage. That's a business mistake on its own. Don't buy wire at Lowe's. The next thing I have for you is to get friendly with these people. The simple fact is, you can get pretty far with a smile and a handshake and simple interactions with the people that make the decisions that affect your business. In my case, I've made a point to meet as many local inspectors and permitting office workers as I've had the opportunity to. It may be different people for you. Doing this just drops in a little bit of favor for you that may unlock help or feedback that you wouldn't otherwise get. I'll think of a couple examples here. An executive at the company you work for may be able to implement your ideas or consider you for that promotion coming up. Your HOA president might cut you some slack for leaving the garbage can out. If you're a student, your teacher might give you some extra info on how you'll be graded. The people at the Publix might let you know that the 6-packs are 2 for 1. Really, it's little stuff that'll make life and business easier. Make yourself easy to work with, and it's a two-way street. Always fulfill your obligations to them. Make yourself easy to work with. It'll take you far. It's about building a network. Be positive when you talk to people, shake their hands and look them in the eye. Oh, also another little magic trick, use their name. Use people's first name when you talk to them. When you use people's name when you talk to them, it makes you more amicable. It makes them perceive you as a friendly person. This is basic, it's low-level stuff. All right. This is where the sponsored portion of the video comes in, but I want you to hear me out. This really is part of the video. It's a real mistake I made. To be honest, I ignored their first couple emails, but I'm glad I learned more. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. If you're in the service industry, there's a list of things that you're gonna need. First, you need something to sell. You probably have lots to sell, so you need a way to store information and pricing about your services. Then you need customers and a way to store their information. Phone numbers, emails, multiple property addresses, the lockbox code, their spouse's name, their favorite color, you know, the basics. You need a way to make estimates and transmit them to your customers in a way that they can easily understand, easily access. And maybe most importantly, you need a way to get paid. You need a way to collect the money. You need a way to run the card, take the checks, keep your payments organized, make sure your bookkeeping is up to date. All the boring stuff that we wish we didn't need to deal with, except for collecting money. I started my business using Housecall Pro, and I felt comfortable with a big name, but I really felt like I was biting the bullet on pricing. I signed up for it, and it had everything I needed, but I was paying for a lot that I did not need, to the tune of hundreds of dollars a month, when I was only using about 25% of what the software was designed for. There were countless widgets and tools that I had no reason to use. It had everything I needed, but I had to pay for way more of what I didn't need. When I learned about project to payment, I knew immediately that I made a mistake. I could tell immediately that it's what I should have used from the beginning. Let me tell you a little bit about why. Let's start with price. For less than the cost of a Netflix subscription, you can unlock all of the features that a small business like mine needs. That $20 a month unlocks benefits that I've broken down into 3 main categories: features, savings, and service. But let's start with features. I'll tell you a little bit about what it can do for you. Project to Payment offers an easy way to build estimates, send invoices, schedule projects and estimate appointments, as well as simplify and streamline bookkeeping, customer management, all of the basics of what a CRM software should do. It's simple to use and it's really easy to set up. They will even import your existing customers and price book for you. You don't have to deal with it. They will do that for you. They have an app available on iOS and Android devices that allow full functionality. Everything that you can do on the website, you can do in the app. An easy-to-use scheduling tool. Put your project and estimate appointments on the schedule to stay on time and organized. You get price book management, including tax rates and item ID numbers. Store your most common services, store your most common materials, all right there ready to make estimates on the fly on site. You also get simple and effective card processing and invoicing. You can email invoices to your clients. They can pay with a card or an e-check. They also have a unique feature where you can generate a QR code which a customer can scan and pay your invoice on their own screen. And also the QuickBooks integration makes bookkeeping simple, which is really important for me and my business. I'm an electrician, I'm not an accountant. I need all the bookkeeping help I can get. And also pretty importantly, coming from Housecall Pro, I found it pretty easy to learn. Changing softwares can really be a headache, but the learning curve between Housecall and Project to Payment really wasn't bad. Moving on to savings and cost benefits, like I said, $20 a month is a steal for what you get. It prices it well below comparable software. And a lot of CRMs will charge extra if you email the invoice or if you use certain types of card entry methods. Project to Payment manages the entire payment process, which leads to savings on both processing and software costs. And it means their support team can help you with all of your needs in one place. And that last bit there leads me to my last point, service. This product was designed for small businesses and entrepreneurs like me. They have a US-based support team and are constantly improving the software. Part of why they brought me on is to help design the app to work better for businesses like mine, and they'll do the same with you. They welcome feedback and they take service requests seriously. Really, they want to put the power of enterprise software into the hands of small business owners. In my case, I use Project to Payment for all of its features, which is perfect because it has exactly what I need. I'm no longer paying for tools and a software designed for enterprise level businesses. This software is designed for businesses like mine and priced that way too. And the price is just hard to argue with. If what you've seen is interesting to you, if you're starting a business, don't just take my word for it. You should try it out. If you use my code Palmer, you get 3 months free. 3 months, that's a long time. That's like a whole fiscal quarter. That's like a whole trimester. That's 3 months on a calendar there. That's a lot of time. Yes, they will still help you import your customers. Again, when you sign up, use code Palmer. For 3 months for free, All you pay for is card processing. You get to use the software for free. Click the link in the description and you can learn a little bit more for yourself. Call their support team, ask them your questions before you even sign up. This really has simplified my business. It's already put money back into my pocket from the savings. Don't make the same mistake I did. Don't overpay for your software. Use code Palmer. Use code Palmer. Use code Palmer at checkout. Use code Palmer when you're signing up. Use code Palmer to claim 3 months free.